Hi everybody and welcome to the Picket Fence Studios YouTube channel. This is Jen Cray and I'll be doing a tutorial today using the new products from the May 2022 release. So let's jump right into the tutorial now. I'm going to be stamping on some 110-pound Hammermill paper, and we're going to be using this black hybrid ink pad from Picket Fence and also the new Feed Your Soul stamp. This is a beautiful floral stamp and I was drawn to it as soon as I saw it. I'm going to give this a really quick blast and heat set the ink. You don't have to do this, it's just something that I've gotten a habit of doing. And then we're going to use our Ohuhu alcohol markers to color in this beautiful stamp. I will drop all the colors in the description below if you do have Ohuhu markers. If not, you can use any alcohol markers that you have. There are many ways to use alcohol markers, and I think everybody kind of gets into their own groove. I generally start with the lightest color, and then I go light to dark, and then I go back dark to light. I want to make a quick note about the stamp set because it has so much like shadows and shading, is that this is perfect for somebody that is either new to stamping or doesn't have a lot of experience with alcohol markers. If you just follow those natural lines, then in no time at all you'll have a beautiful colored image. There's going to be some background music on now until I'm finished coloring in this image, and then we will carry on finishing off our card. I'm using two sentiments today. The first one is called Stay Strong, and that's from Speedy Recovery in the May release. And the other sentiment is from the Graceful Koi stamp set. I'm going to now be trimming down my panel to around 4.5 inches, and then I will trim the sentiments to size. Because I don't like wasting any of my alcohol marker cardstock, you can see that I stamped directly onto that same panel where I did the coloring for the florals, and that is just really so I didn't have to get any other paper out. I've added double-sided tape to the back of our floral panel, which is 4.5 inches, and then we're going to adhere that to a black piece of cardstock, which is 4 5/8 inch. Once that's adhered, you just want to pop that onto a card base, which is a 5-inch square. I haven't used any foam pads, so this is quite a flat card. Something that I usually do with my sentiments is that I will add foam pads to the back of them, and then I will also add a piece of cardstock behind them, and that is just so I can make sure that like there's a little bit of wiggle room, because I don't always get my sentiments straight, so I also use a T-ruler, and that just makes sure that everything is perfectly aligned on the card. I know that we don't normally add our sequins and embellishments before we do splatter, But today we'll be doing a faux splatter, and it's just much easier once the card is already assembled. So I'm going to go ahead and use some Sequin Mix, so the Under the Sea Sequin Mix Plus and the Sequin Mix Plus Poker Face as well. And we're just grabbing some elements that match our card, and we're going to go ahead and use some I personally use heavy gel medium when I'm adhering like those little beads, because I feel that it secures them more. This is a new product launch for May, and this is called Paper Glitz. It's golden sparkle, and it's absolutely beautiful. You can see all of that sparkly yumminess inside of it, and we're going to go ahead and use that not through a stencil or anything, but we're going to use it as some faux splatter. Not everybody likes to get messy, and sometimes you just want to have a different look, and I thought this would be really fun because when it dries, it's amazing. So although we have a little bit more control using the Paper Glitz for the faux splatter this way, you don't really want to think too much about where you're putting it. So I've just kind of gone in, just dipping it in, and depending on how much you put on that ball tool as well, you can have bigger faux splatters or smaller ones. So yeah, I just had a bit of fun, and I went in into my card until I felt really happy with all of the golden beautifulness from that Paper Glitz. Once I finished with the Paper Glitz, I've went in as well with a white gel pen. I thought this just added a few more highlights, and I can't splatter just one color. It's just not me, even if it's a faux splatter. I think the intensity and color of this Paper Glitz is just so beautiful, and I know this is going to be something that I use time and time again. This is a really strong image, and I've used the sentiments that kind of are an uplifting and come on friend, you can do it, everything's going to be okay. I think we all have moments in our life where we're feeling that way, and it's really nice to either send or receive something like this, just a little bit of encouragement, which is kind of why I made this card. The world is in a funky place at the moment. It really is. And just to send somebody a card to say, look, everything's going to be okay. I'm thinking of you. I love you. Those are the kind of cards that are really special to me and ones that I really enjoy making. Thanks for joining me today, and I hope that you have found some inspiration in using alcohol markers and that new Paper Glitz for some faux splatters. Have a great day, everybody, and take care. Happy crafting!